This little square taught the world to say. I remember putting it into the drive and you hear that click and you knew that it was in. This was portable storage before fast internet, and your files always traveled with you. It made saving a habit. Whether you were at work, school, or at home, you had to hit Ctrl+S. If you remember this, I mean, come on, you hit Ctrl+S to save, and it saved it onto the floppy. If you remember these floppy disks, there were the 5 1/4 and there were the 3 1/2. The 5 1/4 were the big ones that were really flimsy, and you know, when you put it into the drive, you had to make sure you put it in right, and you also had to click that little door, because if you didn't click the door, the computer wouldn't recognize it and wouldn't use it. The other thing too is those 3 1/2. I don't know if you guys remember, but I remember the 3 1/2 when I was in high school and then in university. You had to have a bunch of those freaking things with you because you had so much on them. We thought that they were really huge storage space when they weren't. It was 1.44 megabytes to fill up an entire 3 1/2-inch disc. That actually is less than some of our photos today. Our photos are anywhere between 3 to 5 megabytes. Think about that. And then when you had a program, whether if it was like, especially if you guys remember games, if you had a game or some type of a program, you had to have disk number 1, disk number 2, disk number 3, and even the computer would ask you to insert that at that certain time. When it got so far in the program, it asked you to insert this disk, or it couldn't go any further. So you're sitting there, whether you're playing a game, and I got one for you guys, Oregon Trail, the Oregon Trail. That's old, okay? But any of these other games, I used to play some pretty funny games. It asks you, you're in the middle of the game, then boom, it stops and says, insert disk number 5. You're like, really? So it's just insanity. Then you also had that little tab on the disk. I wish I had a disc. Oh my goodness, I used to have a ton of those things laying around, but now I don't have them anymore. The tab on the disc that you flipped up, so it was protected, so you couldn't write to it. It was read-only. I don't know if you guys remember that. If you remember that, talk about it in the comments. The other thing too was the modern save icons are because of these discs. It's just, whether it's, documents, Word, and apps, it's all relative to where we came from with all of this. So it's just amazing to see this. What did you use? Did you use the 5 1/4 or the 3 1/2? So drop a memory down below in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you about that. Stay tuned for another Throwback Thursday next week, where we talk about something else that's a blast from the past. See you next week.